from Mike Striegel. And they're going to get to Sandra Scott, our honorary starter from Vieta Marketing on Vieta Marketing Night. As the late models underway, and Cole Henson will lead the field of 16 that came in through the gates into turns 1 and 2, come out unscathed and 3 car lengths ahead of Joe Walkenhorst, your top 2 as they head off of turn 4. But here comes Tucker to the inside, the Capital Kid looking to make a pass into seconds of 3 and 4, then steps down on the loud pedal, back at it. 11 laps down, 9 laps remain, 20 times around for our Hermitage Lumber late models today, and Cole Henson exactly where he was whenever the caution flag came out, and that is in front of the field as he gets off to another good start. Justin Russell, who is working back in 6th. Lead for Cole Henson, 2.1 seconds now over Larry Ferris.
You and I, a lot of times, Shane, during these races, talk about the great equalizer being how you get through lap traffic. Sometimes we should call restarts the great reorganizer, because that's exactly what it did, shuffling people around in the top 5, top 6. Now, Springfield's J.C. Morton making a move to the top side of the racetrack. He will take away a spot from Walkenhorst off the top of turn number 4. J.C. Morton, number 5 in the race.
2 more times around. If it can stay nice and green and Cole can go error-free, he's got this one all but wrapped up. Ferris this time, he cut half a second off that time, down to 1.2. Let's see where he's making up his time. He will do more of an apex move as he starts outside, dives to the inside through the turn, and then goes back out around the wall. And he lost time that time. It's down to 1.4 with 1 second left. Cole Henson down the backstretch, 2-time champ. He starts 2022 off in a flurry. He's got 1 win to his credit now as the checkers will fly for Cole Henson.
We say week in and week out that the Ozark Golf Cars USRA B-Mod division is the best you will find, not just in the Midwest, but anywhere. The baddest B-Mods call the Diamond of Dirt Tracks home, and we let them loose for 25 laps here tonight on night number 2 of the Big Adventure RV Weekly Racing Series. The F1 was fast early, so was the 8. Franklin and Sheets leading the way. They're now 3 across behind them with Crew Welburn, Chris Jackson, and now trouble, and there is going to be multiple cars trying to bob and weave their way around the car that gets turned around, and that is Quentin Taylor in the 2. And we made it all the way to turn number 4 before the Boone's Barbecue Barn caution comes out here for the B-Mods.
On that first lap whenever the caution came out.
19.4 seconds. The unofficial lap time for Bryant that first time by. Franklin will get the field back going under green flag conditions now as Mike Striegel waves the green flag from high atop the flag stand. Chris Jackson on the move around Welburn, out in front of the 28. Tyler Kidwell and Andy Bryant behind him. And Jackson has his sights set on the F1. The kid from Camdenton, Mitchell Franklin, off the bottom of the racetrack, and John Sheets will lead him around for the second lap. Shane, I don't know that I've seen the 8S look this good in a while as they're now 4 across off of turn number 2. That was Bryant and Welburn, Gilmore, and Jake Richards 4 across.
And there's going to be a caution come out, a Boone's Barbecue caution with sheet metal over in turn number 2. And then action over in turns 3 and 4 as the caution comes out. Hits a little bit of a rut and dives up in front of the 54 of Kidwell. Kidwell has to brake check to make sure he doesn't boot the 51, as now lap traffic going to start to become a factor for John Sheets.
Sheets continues to hustle around the high side of the Lucas Oil Speedway. He will keep the 8S right around the top as he kicks up the dirt around the top of 3 and 4, fires down the front stretch. Mike Striegel shows him that they're halfway home. Sheets now looking to put Scheffler a lap down as he comes up along the 21, just a couple of car lengths behind the driver from Pittsburgh. Chris Jackson not too far away, but Shane, there's kind of just an equal distance all of a sudden between those top three cars. Slings dirt around the top of the racetrack. They will come off of turn number 4, and Sheets slingshots in front of him by 2 car lengths. More lap cars to come as they will work their way to 5 laps to go. Sheets goes over the cushion, and that opens the door for KJ. Chris Jackson is your new race leader as they come around to turn number 4.
Corey, I was about getting ready to say that John Sheets had stayed topside this entire race, and he was losing ground to Chris Jackson. Thought maybe he might want to budge off the top, try to take Chris's line away. He did it a lap too late.
Already won here at Lucas Oil Speedway in 2022. He will take the white flag. A 20-time winner during the 2020 season. He followed that up with 26 wins in 2021. And if he makes his way to victory lane tonight, it'll be win number 9 on the season. For the driver, the 65, it's another win for Chris Jackson.
On the front row, Johnny Finewald has won here in a street stock. He's won here in a late model. Can he do it tonight for the first time in a stock car? Mason Beck will get the whole shot on the bottom line, and Johnny Finewald carries the big mow through turns 1 and 2 and stays wheel to wheel with him down the back stretch. Dean Willie in the middle of the track can look out his front windshield, see Beck to the inside, Finewald to the outside, and they stay in parade lap formation exactly the way they started for the first 3 rows. On his first week here has Doug Keller right behind him, a guy that used to run in the truck series at NASCAR, one of NASCAR's highest levels, now a stock car driver looking to make a run for a USRA national championship in this division. But he's got White to the outside, and Brian White will take advantage past the 7. Now look to the inside of Garner and the other 7. As the Gator Graphics 68 having a good run, peeks his nose to the inside again. He's going to slide up on the track, doesn't quite use all the 21 up, but he'll have a great run off of turn 2 and get a nose out in front.
Dean Willie made 5 features here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks during the 2021 racing season. He now drifts up the track, slides up in front of the 21, and we have a new leader. The 68 of Dean Willie out of Warrensburg, Missouri, who owns Gator Graphics with James McMillan, is out in front. Does Finewald have anything for him now that he has to race from behind? Johnny will take the 21 to the top of the racetrack, fire off of turn number 4, but Dean Willie driving to the front.
Nearly identical laps. They are actually getting faster and faster as they go. The best lap that last time turned in by Mason Beck by 0.2 of a second. Down to 5 laps to go. This completes lap number 15, and Finewald didn't have a great turns 3 and 4 there as his car started to push, and now he actually is going to lose some time to Mason Beck.
He may lose the 3rd spot. Brian White out of Lebanon, Missouri, and Finewald's going to pull off toward the infield. Catch up to Dean Willie, just under a second between them, but only 1 lap to go.
Yeah, with less than a half a lap now, Dean Willie has this one lock and key, a 0.9 second advantage over Mason Beck. And Dean Willie, who has won at 10 different tracks, will win at Lucas Oil Speedway night number 2 of the
after it. McCowan and Middaugh in the front row. Let's see how this one shakes out. Dylan McCowan out in front. Middaugh falls back, gets a bump from Bittiger, and here comes Andy Bryant. The Steve Muhlenberg is eating up the field. 8 laps in so far.
He's stretching it out about a half a second every lap over Andy Bryant. It was 4.5. Now, well, it's 4 this time is what it shows. So Andy Bryant made a little bit of that time up that last lap.
Middaugh's going to be on the inside as they follow the 8 of Dylan McCowan around one more time. McCowan motors away again, and at times had his lead upwards of 4, almost 5 seconds. 3 wide behind him as here comes Cody Brill. Cody Brill from Harrisonville hustling now, splits Bittinger, and the 11 shoots up the racetrack around Dustin Hodges, and he wants 4th place, and he's going to get it. Outside of the top 5 with Johnny Finnewald behind him in 6th. Here we go again. Green flag, the green 8. Going to try and go out and get him some here, get another win at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. Andy Bryant goes to the high side, lets Middaugh get by. Hodges almost gets by until the 49 of Andy Bryant gets up to speed. He will slide around the top of turn number 4, but Hodges holds on to the 3rd spot here with 3 laps to go. Lap to go for Dylan McCowan. Can he keep it green for another half a lap? McCowan all alone on the back stretch. All the other cars roll their way under the flag stand. And as the driver of the 8 fires off of turn number 4, it will be win number 3 of the season for the young gun, Dylan McCowan.
Remember this race now if you turn around and look at it. It's Hollywood Steve Lorenko on the pole position, 20 times around for the Pure Stocks. Underway as the green is in the air. Our guest class has Lorenko out in front here in the early going. Robert High to the high side. Conrad Kaufman will settle into 3rd with Dave Schrills behind him in the 10, and then the 88 of Bradley McDowell rounding out your top 5. He's now up towards the front. How'd that happen?
I don't know.
He's still going. He's up to 4th. Big white tire gets hit by Wonder. So Wonder will come to the infield. He'll park it as he used the big white tire as a ramp. 3 wide ahead of Derek Brown. Brown now to the top side. He's behind the 88 of the aforementioned Bradley McDowell, who now has the lead, and a car goes up in smoke, lays down all sorts of fluid from the front stretch all the way around turns 1 and 2. That's the 79 of Chris Diamond from Harwood, Missouri. That mid-state engine is no more.
It has expired, sir.
High on the track, but then tucks in right behind him, and again Derek Brown, the hard charger, who started back deeper in the field in 16th. He is now up into the top 3.
Derek Brown is always good. He comes from a great racing family. They had incredible runs here during the Big Buck 50 back in the street stock days, but you can't outrun a yellow as 2 cars will bring it out over in between 3 and 4, the 617 there. Part of the mess there.
Bad luck in that division the last few times that he's been out. Now the 88 of Bradley McDowell under fire. He has gotten past Steve Lorenko, and now it is High who is looking to the outside in that 42. Pinches him down through those turns, but they stay wheel to wheel, a good 4 car lengths ahead of Steve Lorenko.
Lorenko has fallen all the way back to 4th after being your race leader from the drop of the green flag. He won his heat race earlier tonight. Derek Brown hasn't had that kind of luck. The driver of the 41 has fight and clawed and fought his way up to the front. 5 top 10s on the season for him, and Shane, one of the top 5 cars has exited now. It's McDowell to the inside.
And just like that, we're ready to go again. Get them all lined up, nose to tail. Derek Brown in front of Robert High. Steve Lorenko behind him. He's got Greg Dykstra's nose right up his tailpipe. As they fan out 2 and 3 wide, back deeper in the field, but up front, there's a good gap of 2 or 3 cars in between all of your top 5. That's until Robert High made a good run through the exit of 4, able to pull up alongside Derek Brown, but then Derek Brown says, "Adios, my friend," and he is out by 3 car lengths.
Adios and via con Dios, the first 4 cars on the racetrack, all out single file. The first time you can find side-by-side racing is for 5th. There's a bump. Conrad Kaufman finds it with the 4. High has done a good job to maintain his position all night. There's been a lot of crazy stuff go on all around him on the racetrack. but the driver of the 42 started second, and he is probably very likely going to end there after that outside starting position in the front row.
Two-time champion Derek Brown won it in the street stock division in 16, again in 2020. He had 6 wins in 2020, 2 wins last year in a stock car. Now he's got a win in a pure stock. Derek Brown victorious here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Robert High behind him. About a full second in the 42. Then it's Steve Lorenko, Greg Dykstra, and CJ Turner in the 91 was able to sneak past Conrad Kaufman and seal the deal to finish with a top 5.